All right, so let's move on to the next exercise, okay? We're going to be playing with simulation more and more. The next exercise is the tabletop, okay? And for me, it's the second. For me, it's here, obviously, you can see it visually. But on Blackboard for you, it is the second option. So I've double-clicked it because I have something else open. I'm just going to hit OK. And you will see it update with the table and a tablecloth, okay? And I'm going to close my library so I just have more room to work. Now, this looks a little different, obviously, from the avatar that we were playing with previously. First, it's not an avatar, it's a table. You'll see that I have fabric up here that I can click and move using my gizmo. Over here in my 2D window, you can see the little gray shape of my tablecloth, and then just like the pattern pieces for the hoodie and the bra top and the shorts, you can see what this pattern piece would look like. And essentially, it's just a big rectangle, okay? So we need to place this tablecloth, okay, in such a way that it looks like it will fall appropriately on the table when we simulate it, okay? And so this is just a good exercise in navigation, getting comfortable with right-clicking and turning around, and just in terms of perspective, being really crystal clear that you're absolutely on top of what you think you're on top of. Okay, so you can see if I rotate from different directions, it's definitely on top of the table, but it's not centered. And I can use my gizmo to shift that around to try to get to a place where it looks like it is centered and will fall correctly. And again, I'm using the arrows, you can use the circles, and I neglected to tell you that you also have this little square area that allows you to kind of more freeform your movements, and that can sometimes be really helpful, okay? And so I will use that just to try to get this as centered as I possibly can. Now, you want to do the work now because as you saw when I simulated with the hoodie, the simulation can be a little finicky, especially if you're on a computer that runs a little slower or you have a lot going on. My fan on my computer is already running because I'm in the process of downloading some of the other videos I've already created for you to YouTube. So this will be a little test for me just to see how well my computer handles doing two of those functions, okay? But now that it's placed and looks like it's, you know, fairly safe that it's going to land on my table, I'll go ahead and hit the simulate button. And you'll see that that immediately falls onto my table. I'm going to change my view just to see if I think that that looks symmetrical. And one issue I see already is that it's hanging a little lower here than it is here. And so you still can use your hand. You can pull up and over and drop it. Okay, you'll see maybe I pulled it a little too hard on that side. I could do the same thing, pull up and pull and drop. Okay, the key function here being first an up and then a pull and then a drop. Okay, if I were just to pull down very hard, you increase the likelihood that you will simply pull this right through the table. Okay, again, this is a computer simulating 3D. So you've got to sort of work with it. And I can tell from this angle, this actually looks super symmetrical. Looks like I've done a good job. That one looks symmetrical. It was just sort of hiding in the table leg a little bit, but maybe I'll just, for giggles, just do a little pull and a drop and see if I can't make that a little more symmetrical. Okay, looks like I didn't pull it hard enough. Up, I'll pull it over again. Okay, and that looks a little better. And then I can look at the top just to ensure that I didn't leave any wrinkles, that it all looks smooth. Okay, all right, and I'm pretty happy with that. So that was the first exercise in terms of simulation and the gizmo, just to ensure that you are comfortable with these basic tools. I'll be back in a moment. We will continue to work through simulations and practice just to really ensure that you have all of this down before we move to garments.